Hello people YouTube, how are you today? It's me, Abby, and today I'm sorry, we're gonna be doing, an eyeshadow palette review, and I still can't get over it. I got the Orgy collection, and you guys, Jeffree, like, here's the thing, if I ever get monetized on videos, they're not going to ever monetize me for this one. But yeah, I was able to get my hand on the Orgy palettes. Kind of wish I didn't get both or waited a little bit longer because it had cost me a pretty penny to get this. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful, and you know me, I love Jeffree and his eyeshadow formula, and I will always continue to support him. I waited to maybe like the next launch because of the fact that this did cost a lot of money, and that took a lot of money out of my rent. So I'm just the fucking idiot. We're just gonna say that right there. But also the fact that this palette, as you guys know, is not really my style. You guys know me. I'm more of a colorful, bright, vivid person. I love color. Color is my shit. I like blues. I like greens. I like reds. I like purples. I like yellows on my eyes. And I never do neutral looks. But I am happy that Jeffree did finally come out with a neutral based palette because of the fact that most of his audience are the normal neutral gals and pals and girls and guys. We're gonna include everybody too. But yeah, I'm excited to try this because even though this is neutral, and you know me, I'm not a fan of neutrals, I'm gonna do a look for you guys, testing out both of the palettes. The mini Orgy, as you guys know, is just a full shimmer palette, and the big Orgy is a matte palette. So you guys know the deal. I'm gonna pop on some eyebrows, prime my eyes, and I will be right back so we can start the review. Okay guys, I am all primed and ready to go. So I think for our first shade, I've been looking at this for a little bit, and I don't want to keep it too warm, too cool, because there is a mixture of both. But I think I'm gonna go into Safe Sex first as a transition. As a transition shade. There's a lot of kickback, just to let you guys know. As you guys know, I always stamp on the color first before I blend it in. Okay guys, this shade is like absolutely stunning. I know I say I don't play with neutrals, but it doesn't mean I don't like them. I just don't prefer them because I think I like being like bold. But like this color is still really pretty, really pigmented, and I know it's not blended at all. I'm gonna blend it out right now. And it seems to be blending like a dream. Like, that is blending very nicely. The only thing I don't like about this palette is that there is a lot of kickback to it. Like, I don't mind when you get a little bit of kickback, but it seems like every time I dip my brush, a lot of kickback comes up. Which tells me, like, there's not going to be a lot of, like, if you continuously use that shade, it's not going to last that long. But knowing me, I never use it. I have so many freaking eyeshadow palettes that I think I'll be fine. Just to let you know, I'm going to take a blender brush right here. This is a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to dip into vanilla latex, and I'm going to use that to diffuse out that color because I did bring it up a little too high, and I do want this to be like, oh, that is very pigmented. Okay guys, now with an M573, I'm going to dip into, this is hard. I think I'm going to do Craving Chocolate just to deepen my crease up. Same amount of kickback is coming off. As you guys know, I don't like, even though the palette does come with a mirror, I don't like holding it for too long. I like my smaller magnified mirror a little bit more. So I will be putting the palette to the side, and when I have to show you a color, I will pick it up and show you again. Knowing that there's a lot of kickback, I am going to tap the brush because I don't want there to be so much pigment. And I'm going to just drag it into my crease and going in circular motions to blend it in. How's everybody doing though? Because I know that I have not been, I don't know, like the last maybe about 7-8 videos in the last couple months, I haven't been the most talkative person. I know like I've kind of been like, I don't know, distant. But I just need to let you guys know, like, I have just been so tired lately from watching my nephews that I just feel like I never have time to myself anymore, and that includes making YouTube videos. Like, I love making YouTube videos, but at the same time, I'm working, and then when I'm not working, I'm helping my sister watch the baby, and then when I'm not watching the baby, I have to do stuff around the house, and when I'm not doing stuff around the house, I help my sister clean my dad's shop. It's an endless cycle of just, of just work, you know? And the worst part is that, like, don't get me wrong, I love making YouTube videos, and I'm not going to stop, but it just feels like YouTube has become work. Which, I wouldn't mind if it did, but I don't get paid. As you guys know, I do not get monetized for these videos. I don't have enough subscribers yet. Hopefully, in the future, that will be possible. So, everything I review, I literally buy with my own money. And I work, I say babysitting is a job because for my sister, I work part-time at my regular job. And I used to work more of a full-time shift, but I am a part-time worker there. And I used to get about 30 hours every single week. And because of COVID, I am now down to 16 hours every week, and so, 16 to 18 hours, and that's not enough sometimes. So during the days I'm off, I help my sister with the baby, and I'll get up at 6, 7 in the morning, get ready, go to my sister's house, and I'll watch the baby until 5 o'clock in the evening, and then I come home and I'm tired, And then on the weekends, some days even when I work at my job, I'll get off and I'll help my sister clean my dad's shop, and that is a process in itself. So I'm always busy. I just hope you guys understand, I'm not I know if I seem distant, it's not because I am, it's just because I'm so tired. I just cannot form words anymore, and it's just I don't even try. It's not, no, that sounds wrong. It's I do try in my videos, it's just I don't try to just explain everything, if that makes sense, because I just feel like I'm I don't know. With a JS4 brush from Morphe, I'm going to get Invitation Only and use that to deepen out my outer corner and maybe put a little bit in the crease. I'm not sure yet. I'm also going to tap it off because I don't want too much pigment, which is weird because I never usually tap off my brushes, but I think it's because this is a full eyeshadow formula, I believe. I'm used to using pressed pigments, and when it's a pressed pigment, you do have more building up, it just I never have to. I haven't done that in a while. But I do have a story for you guys. I haven't told stories or what's been going on in my life in a while, and I have a story for y'all. This happened a couple weeks ago. I wanted to explain it in my last video, but I don't know why I didn't, because it happened that night too. But the thing is, it was late at night, and I was it was after I got done filming the Wet n Wild video. I was just watching TV in the living room. I had a lot of time to myself, and it was late at night. I think it was past midnight. And my little little stepbrother, he is about 12 years old. And he was sleeping in his room. And all of a sudden he comes out and he's being weird. He's and he's holding his finger with a paper towel. And I'm what's going on? He goes, and he's trying to explain to me. He's I cut my finger. And I'm what do you mean you cut your finger? He goes, I don't know how I did it, but I cut my finger. And I check out his finger, and he has this deep slice in his finger, and he's bleeding like crazy. And I'm oh, okay, so I'm the only adult that's up too, so I immediately I don't know, go into full mama mode, and I take him to the bathroom. I'm putting it over the sink, and I'm trying to see it. And once I release the paper towel, it just of blood, and I'm just because don't get me wrong, I am used to seeing graphic, gory stuff. It doesn't bother me that much, but I mean, oh my god, seeing that, I'm I had to hold in my there's I'm gonna deepen up that outer edge a little bit more by going into Glory Hole, the black shade, and I'm going to just use that to deepen out just my outer corner so I can go into the shimmer. And I'm going to take that with a M514 brush and just... But anyways, back to the story. It makes me laugh because he had bled all over the bathroom. It was on the on the mirror, it was on the sink, it was on the toilet, it was on the toilet paper, and he even though he tried covering it up with a paper towel, there was blood spots throughout the house. So I literally spent like a good hour cleaning it up. I was like getting his sheets and stuff, and he didn't know how he cut it, and I'm just like, you're gonna be okay, and he's like freaking out, like, what, I didn't know what happened, I don't know, and he thought he was gonna get in trouble for some reason, like it was an accident. And the thing is, there's two things we thought could have happened, and we ended up coming out with a solution. But one of the things was the fact that a couple weeks ago, both of our rooms, it's right next to each other. Like his room is right next to mine, like right over there, like, and mine is obviously right here, and we're both facing the sun, and our rooms get really freaking hot. And I'm being serious. This room gets deadly hot. But a couple weeks ago, he had a candle that exploded in his room. The thing is, though, he comes here like once a week because him and my stepdad and his mom are split up, so they go back and forth. And so he was not there when the candle exploded. We ended up cleaning up, like, all the shards of glass that were there. And we thought we got all of it because most of it was contained on the floor. So we thought when he cut his finger, there was still glass on his bed that was like left there, even though it's been a couple weeks. And he probably like rolled onto it and like pressed into it, and it cut his finger, And the second thought is that he had just gotten new fishing hooks for fishing, and he had his tackle box on his bed, and he put his finger on the hook. And we ended up coming with that because we found the fishing hook and it was covered in blood. But still, it was deep in his finger. Like, I was just like, worst part is we didn't have Band-Aids. Like, we only had a few Band-Aids, and they were bleeding right through. So I got gauze and Neosporin, and I wrapped it around, and I just got Scotch tape and went as like a redneck Band-Aid just until it would stop bleeding. An hour later, it finally stops bleeding. I check out like the actual damage, and I put alcohol on. Poor thing, did not feel good for him. And I saw like it was deep, but it wasn't that deep because I have seen fingers cut like straight to the bone. That's a whole nother story, and I think I've already told you it. But yeah, I ended up changing it. He was fine. His finger's all healed now. That was a couple weeks ago. But the next day after that, I was watching my nephews, and my nephew Damien, they were playing out in the pool. My sister had just gotten home, and I was waiting to get a ride back to my house. Because as you guys know, I can't drive yet. Do not judge me on that. But I was waiting to get a ride from my sister's husband back to my house, and I was talking to her in the kitchen, and I hear Damien start crying. We go outside, and he is just gushing blood from his nose. I ask what happened. Him and my nephew were playing, and my nephew went, like, accidentally went into his face, and just, my nephew's 4 and the other one's 10, so the 10-year-old's bleeding, and I'm just like, 2 days, I'm having to help a child just stop bleeding. I think I'm going to go in with Foam Party or Bathhouse. I'm not sure which one yet. I'll let you know in a second. I think I'm going to go in with Foam Drip, and I'm going to use, I think this says JS10. As you guys know, I haven't had glasses in so long. I can't see. Do not judge me. But back to the story. I'm like giving him paper towels and stuff, and his nose did stop bleeding. But I had to clean off the blood again, and that, luckily it was out back, so I was able to just get the hose and like spray it off. But it's like, why 2 days in a row I have to clean some child's goddamn blood off the freaking wall and stuff? Just to let you guys know, I am getting a little bit of fallout under my eyes. That's okay, because as you guys know, I always do my eyes first, so I can wipe it off, and I will do that. Also, I do like the shimmer, but I don't think it's enough, so I think I'm going to go in with another one, and I keep saying I think, but I want to go in with wet glass and like tap it on the center just to brighten it up. But first, I'm going to fix this. This is bothering me. But yeah, I think I'm going to go in with wet glass on the same JS10 brush, and I'm going to just take it and let me do my finger. Let me see if that helps. What the hell? I'm not getting a lot of payoff, Okay, guys, just to let you know, wet glass, I think it's supposed to be like a topper because I am going into it and not a lot is coming off. You can barely tell that I put anything on my eye. Foam Party was easy to put on, but it wasn't as shimmery as I thought it was going to be because in the pan, like, they look... Like I said, I think this is supposed to be a topper shade, but he never said if it was a topper shade. But still, I'm like, I swatch it, and it looks shiny, but then when I put it on my... Yeah, like, it's just like little specks of glitter, that's it. And I didn't want that. I wanted a faux metallic out there. Okay, guys, as you know, before I do my bottom lash line, I do like the rest of my face. So I'm going to get that done, and then I will be right back, and then we'll give my final thoughts. So, be back. Okay, guys, I am almost done with the face. I need to do my bottom lash line. So I'm going to get my Wet n Wild Holiday brush. It didn't really come with a name or anything. Still hate that shaker, though. You guys remember when I talked about this? You're a true fan, I swear. You get a kiss from me. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to take this brush, and I think I'm going to go in with Safe Sex first, just so I have a... Ooh, don't fall, don't fall. Ooh. Just so I have our transition down here. And then I think I'm going to go in with Invitation Only just to darken it up. Now I'm going to go in with the same brush and just dip into Invitation Only. And I'm going to just smoke it, but not all the way in. Like, just do it about halfway. Or like a third of the way. Like that. Okay, guys, we are almost done. I'm going to pop on some mascara. I have the new Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara. I'm going to try this out today. Kind of nervous. You know, I don't really like trying new mascaras out. I'm very weird about that. But, yeah. And then I'm also going to pop on a lip, and then I'll be right back to talk about my final thoughts. Okay, guys, I just need to take a freaking second to talk about this mascara, because I know we're doing a Jeffree Star review, but... oh my god. This has to be probably the best mascara I have ever used. If you know me, I don't have lashes. My lashes are super tiny. They're pretty much non-existent. But this, I look like I'm wearing freaking falsies right now, and I never wear falsies. I want to learn, though. I've been trying. Leave me alone. But yeah, like, I just had to give a little shout out to this mascara because this is the first time I'm trying it. But oh my, that's staying up front for sure. I need to get the full size one. My only problem with it is that because it's new, you know, like new mascara has that really watery, not watery, but you know, like it gets still very wet, so I did get a little dots here and there, but I was able to, they scraped off really easily, which is surprising because as you guys know, my favorite mascara of all time is the Benefit Roller Lash, and for some reason that one, if I hit something, doesn't scrape off. It always like smudges, but this one came off really easy. It's really pretty. But back to what we were actually reviewing. Okay, guys, let's give my final thoughts on this Orgy palette. I don't know why there was such a long pause, but I couldn't think. Yeah, let's start with the all matte, the big Orgy, the, you know, the palette that everybody was all excited for because it's an all matte palette. I have to say, I really did like a lot of these shadows. There was a little bit of kickback. I did tell you that I did need to like tap off my brush a couple times because I was getting a lot of fluff. But they did go on very nicely, and they blend out super easily. Like, so I would say for this palette in particular, I would 100% recommended it. I believe that this palette was $58 on Jeffree's website, because of the fact that there are a few more shades in the palette, and it is his biggest palette to date. I do like it. If you are a neutral person and you usually just use matte eyeshadows, yeah, I totally recommend it, because guess what? You have literally every brown from cool tone to warm tone, and you have a bunch of transition colors, and these like light multicolored from different like undertones. So if you're like doing what I like to do, where you do like this kind of look, but instead of putting a shimmer, you put a white just to make it stand out more. You have that. So yeah, I would totally recommend this palette for anybody to buy it. It also comes with a beautiful mirror. It's very big. It's very cute. My only problem with it was just to kick that, I did get a little bit of fallout on my cheeks and stuff. But, you know, I don't care about fallout that much. For me, again, I do my eyes before anything else, so it did come off pretty easily for me. Now let's talk about the mini Orgy. This one I don't have as much of nice things to say, because even though I used only 2 of the shimmers, this one, even though it went on pretty good, it wasn't as metallic as his other shimmers that he has in all of his other palettes, so it wasn't my favorite. And also the fact that it is already fading away, you can definitely see that. And I put 2 shimmers on this one, which it did not work for a brush, even when I wetted it, so I did go in with my finger, and it did work out pretty well. But when I tried getting glass wet right here to go on top, it's very sheer. It's just like a topper, like glitter topper, and I hate toppers and palettes. Like, I think toppers should be a whole separate, in my honest opinion, I think topper, like eye toppers, or, you know, stuff that's supposed to just add a little bit more glitter, should be in like a tube or separate. You don't put it in a palette. But that's my personal opinion. I personally do not like this palette as much, even though I have not played with all the other shades. But I have heard some criticism about a few of the other shades also just being toppers. But that's for your own, like, decision to make. But you know what? For $28, it's not that bad. You are getting a beautiful range of shimmers that you can use for literally every single look, because I know that a lot of people, even when they do super colorful looks, they do like to add a little bit of a champagne pop, or this beautiful pink, like, you know, like frozen ice is beautiful to me. So I'm kind of in the middle from recommending it, because of the fact that I don't like that there are like topper shadows in it. So I'm probably not going to recommend this one. Jeffree, don't hate me. I love you. It's just, I'm not a topper person. Also, I forgot to mention my lip, guys. It's Jeffree Star's Watermelon Soda. I have not worn this lipstick in forever, and I forgot how much I like it. Like, this is the one thing about me. Like, I never do neutral eyes because I always do something colorful, and then I'm just used to wearing nude lips. But when I do neutral eyeshadow, I always go in with, like, something colorful or bold. And I mean, like, I'm feeling myself right now. I like this. I like it a lot. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Remember to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell icon to see more videos from me. And also check the links down in the description below for all my socials. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, it's all down there. So you should check it out. And also, watch another video while you're at it. I have a ton of videos that I make. So, but anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye!